Welcome back. We are in the kitchen with Colin Proctor from Made with Love Delectable Edibles. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. Is red the color of the day today? Because you and Captain Gurton.
It must be.
I like it.
Yeah, apparently it's what works really well.
It's a bold statement.
It is a bold statement.
I like it.
That's good. I'm feeling bold today, and we have to be fast, so we're going to be
Well, let's add it. We're making pasta today.
So we're doing one-pot pasta with basically cheese tortellini, and this is the type of recipe. Really, it's very handy if you don't want to carry a lot of equipment around. So if you're camping, or if you're someone who's hot plate cooking, or that sort of thing, and don't really have a kitchen accessible. And so all we're doing is we're basically adding our pasta to the pot, and I'm doing fresh pasta, which is tortellini.
Delicious.
And all we're going to do is we have the boiling water, and we're going to reduce and then use the starch to make a cream sauce.
Delightful. So that starch is kind of a key thing here.
Yeah, the starch is a key thing. And often in pasta you hear when you drain it, wash it. And,
but you guys don't believe in that, do you?
Well, in some circumstances you do, but the thing is a lot of restaurants, it comes from restaurant cooking in particular, when you hold pasta, it just turns into goo if you hold it in a holding pan.
Yes.
Or that sort of thing. So you don't want to do it if you're ever going to hold pasta. If you're serving it fresh, keeping the starch works.
Okay.
And if you're making a cream sauce, it works.
Okay.
So we're low on time, so what we're going to do is we're going to add some flavoring to this to help it reduce while we're doing it.
Okay.
So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of our pesto garlic spice blends.
How much water did you add? Like, how do you know how much water to add?
Basically with this tortellini, I basically fill the pan up so it's just almost covering the tortellini.
Okay.
But not quite. And then you just keep on stirring it.
Okay.
This is a recipe I use a lot for sampling in stores because you can't do pasta draining and that sort of thing, and you can cook it up really quick and then sample really well.
Nice.
So from there, maybe we'll add the spinach to it as well too.
Would you like me to add it?
Yeah, if you add like a handful of spinach. Okay. And then we can just let that reduce, and then the next segment we can finish up really quickly with the cream sauce and plate it.
Pat, pat, pat. There we go.
Pat, pat.
Add a little bit of folic acid to your meal. It's healthy in every way. I'm always amazed by how much spinach, it shrinks down so much you barely realize how much is in there.
You can just keep on adding spinach to a dish when you're cooking it. It's phenomenal.
Kids will never know the difference.
Exactly, and it adds so much really, body and flavor to a cream sauce.
Right.
It really adds a lot.
Well, this is going to be a nice one. And fast and easy, one-pot pasta. You just have to remember to keep that one pot clean. That's easy to just let that one go.
That's right.
We were talking about camping, and we'll do that. We'll just, we've got one pot, there's no dishes, but then you need that pot the next day.
Yeah,
so you have to clean the pot. Welcome back. We are back in the kitchen making a delicious garlic pesto rainbow tortellini with some spinach. It's delicious because I had a little bit of a sneak of a bite. It was really good when I tried it, but I'll try it again.
Yeah, so absolutely. It should be really good. So all I did was added about, oh goodness, half a cup of cream. And now I'm just going to add these tomatoes for the very end. And sometimes I would cook them a bit earlier and make it more of a rosé, but this will be kind of nice. They'll be really nice and fresh.
So if you leave them in longer, it will change the color when you say rosé?
Yeah, exactly. You can cook the tomatoes so they split if you did it in the water, and then that would affect the appearance of the sauce totally.
I made pasta with your Crimson Love spice, and it's pink. My kids thought that was the best because the pasta turned out pink, right? They thought that was interesting.
Awesome.
Whatever you can do to make your kids eat, right?
Yeah,
You're going to make it interesting for them. So we're adding some parmesan.
Some Parmesan cheese just spread over the top. So this is the type of thing you can do with any type of pasta, really. You don't have to do it with fresh pasta. If you're doing it with dry pasta, you probably want to add a bit more water, and your cooking time's a bit longer, but it still totally works. The other thing about this is it's just really standard Alfredo sauce. This is the standard recipe ultimately for Alfredo. Often they'll call for a roux, but this is the same thing.
Okay.
And yeah, really easy to do.
And if you want to go lighter with the cream, can you use like a,
yes.
I don't know, you can.
Yes, you can do milk. The starch will still thicken your milk. Totally. That's totally up to you with this. If you are going to do a clear sauce, that is the type of circumstance when I would recommend draining and washing the pasta, because you are going for lighter. You don't want the starchiness from the pasta.
It smells so good in here, honestly. It smells really good.
Yeah, so let's serve you up some.
Sure. I think we have about 2 minutes left. I was going to quickly ask you, I know you guys are big greenhouse users, and
yes.
You grow a lot of veg in your greenhouse. When is the time where you get started with that?
Generally, with us, because we don't do a heated greenhouse, it's more of a hot house.
Yeah.
We just sort of gauge it. Like a couple of years ago, we started up in January. It just felt right. The seeds were ready to go. This year, it's probably going to be a late year because there's a lot of snow around, right. And it's keeping everything cool. And it's more of an art, not a science.
Right. But your big things, you grow a lot of tomatoes. You grow a lot of
tons of tomatoes, tons of greens. We try and get going early on a lot of things that grow early here with the greenhouse, and then we try and speed up with the things that are more like tomatoes and that sort of thing that we can really focus on benefiting from the added heat and the action from that.
Right. Your greenhouse is quite huge, right?
It's not that big.
No?
I mean, we're in town that's probably 25 feet long by 20, I don't know.
See, that's serious to me.
Yeah,
that's big enough, right?
It's big.
That's good. Good for you, because you get so much more out of your vegetables by having such a huge space like that. And do your vegetables generally last you right through? Like, I know last year we were cooking with some of your greenhouse.
Oh yeah, we were going right till, we were going late last year. Like, we had tomatoes into mid-November, I think.
I would like to have a greenhouse. I do not have the land for a greenhouse, and I think my neighbors would have something to say if I threw a greenhouse on the lot, so I'm probably not going to, but I'm quite jealous.
Them.
I should. I'll just put one there and see what they say.
That's never wise.
No, it's not.
No.
Delicious. The pesto garlic is my favorite spice, I'll have to tell you.
Yeah, I have to tell you, it's the one I recommend for anyone, especially who's starting out with their products. It's the type of thing you can put on anything, and the people you're cooking for are going to love it. So, I mean, that's always a big thing, you know.
Yeah.
Some people have very individual tastes in terms of what they like for food, but, you know, when you're cooking for people, others, it's always good to know that you can put something on the table and you're going to be confident that it's great. And
absolutely.
With this blend, it's fabulous for that.
It's kid-friendly, too.
Totally.
Yeah, it is absolutely delicious. This one is a good one, and it's easy. It's easy as adding just the pasta and the vegetables and the cream.
Yeah.
And then the spice, of course. Fantastic. We're almost out of time. Madewithlove.ca is where you can go to find this exact recipe, and you can use any of the spices to make it. It just depends on what your preference is. Here's how to get a hold of us, cfjctv.com. You can also reach us on Facebook and by email, sedgel@cfjctv.com. We are almost out of time on this Tuesday afternoon. Thanks so much for being with us. Careful on the roads this afternoon if you are heading out, just due to that snowfall that is expected. And have a great day. We will see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.